Live is in storm mode with a winter weather alert.
Stay away from us. Slow down. Very important.
A word to the wise: on a night like tonight, road crews want you to stay inside so they can do their jobs.
And this is why. The roads are just dreadful out there. We'll have a Road Warrior report in just a moment. Here's a live look now over Saginaw, Bay City, and Flint. You and the rest of mid-Michigan have a lot of digging out to do tonight. And Genesee County, well, it's now under snow emergency. Was that just canceled?
Yeah, and when will the snow finally end? Chief Meteorologist Brian Bachman is standing by now with your forecast. Hi, Brian.
Good news, too, about this.
Actually, I'm happy to say we're basically kind of knocking on, the back door of the system, so to speak here. End of story. The snow basically starting to wind down as we speak. A lot of it greatly reduced intensity from what we had just a couple of hours ago. It is still snowing in many locations, but just that very fine, light, powdery snow. Not going to add a whole lot in terms of accumulations at this point. But of course, as a lot of you have undoubtedly noticed, the damage already done. Here's a look at things tonight. Good news, too, is that one of our winter storm warnings has been allowed to expire. The one that included the Tri-Cities, I-69, Flint, and the entire thumb that was originally pegged to expire at 11, and that has done so. But we do still have the lingering winter weather advisory in effect until 1 a.m. for all of our northern and western counties, and the winter storm warning in effect that also includes Gratiot County also until 1 a.m. A lot of this just really kind of because of the fact that we're still going to have a lot of blowing snow on the backside of this. Checking some of the totals that have come in so far. Burt at 12.5 inches of snow. That's the highest we've had reported in Michigan as of yet. And even Foot in the Henderson area just north of Owasso, 12.1 actually. That's up from our last report last hour in Bridgeport to 12.1 inches. 10.4 in Perry. Zilwaukee at 9.3, 9.1 for Corunna. Oakley, 9 inches of snow. 8.2 in Breckenridge, and then 7.8 in Midland. Flint not too far behind at last check at 7.3, but plenty of time for those still to go up, given that a couple of those reports are about 2 hours old at this point. You can see, though, the backside of the system beginning to press its way across mid-Michigan, so we're in good shape. Temperatures, for the most part, still in the 20s, but as we go through the day tomorrow, we're going to get a break from this and a chance to dig out as we go through the rest of the overnight period. Temperatures actually going to fall into the teens, 20s again on tap for tomorrow. We'll break down some more of those snowfall totals coming up next.
All right, Brian, thank you. Now we're going to take a closer look at why plow crews want you out of their way.
That's right. Road Warrior Nick Lully joins us live in Saginaw County. Nick.
Hey, guys. Yeah, we are now on Bay Road headed southbound, as you indicated, in Saginaw County. We're passing Big B, if you're familiar with that, on Bay Road. Roads are definitely snow-covered tonight, so if you have to be out here at all, please, please, please drive very slowly. But we are advising you guys to stay home if at all possible. And some of the drivers we spoke tonight also taking that advice.
The roads are pretty crazy out there.
Close to a foot of snow is blanketing mid-Michigan tonight. It's making for a pretty treacherous drive on our area roadways for motorists like Robert Gomez. 25 trucks are making round-the-clock plows tonight on the expressways, courtesy of MDOT.
Our crews are working on keeping the roads as clear as possible. So at this point, we're focusing a lot of our energy on I-75 and I-675 as well.
But the surface streets are a bit trickier. City and county road crews are getting slowed down by drivers getting stuck and clogging up the roadways. Officials in Saginaw warn some side streets may not be dug out until Thursday. Warnings like that are why Gomez says he's hunkering down. Any plans tonight?
Nope. Stay home and stay warm.
And back out here live now on Bay Road, about to head into the city limits of Saginaw. The road here pretty packed down from the traffic tonight, but a lot of those roads here off of Bay Road, we're looking down them. That's simply not the case. There's just a lot of snow, so definitely take it slow if you do turn down any of those roads. But again, the best advice tonight, stay home if at all possible, and wait to get dug out tomorrow and in the coming days. Reporting live with the Road Warrior, I'm Nick Lully, WNEM TV5.
Thank you, Nick, for that. And you can get weather conditions 24/7 and sign up for alerts by going to the TV5 homepage.
And we continue our team coverage by heading to Genesee County, which has declared a snow emergency. Here's Andrew Keller with more on what that means. Drew.
Right now we're in Burton at the corner of Center and Lapeer, and the snow is still coming down at a pretty good clip. Matter of fact, if you take a look, you can see that I'd say probably about 4 or 5 inches has built up right there. I bought these gloves so my head wouldn't get cold when I did that, by the way. But as you can imagine, this snow emergency, it's put into effect so people are not out driving around unless they must be. And the way that the roads are right now, it's a very slow go.
Plenty of vehicles did the spin cycle tonight.
as the snow kept on coming.
My hot water heater went out. So I'm trying to get, do a little repair on that. And I'm not far away. So I'm going to hurry up, get in, and get out.
Aaron Mason says the joys of being a homeowner aren't so joyful sometimes. He had to bust through the snowy roads to get to Home Depot and pick up some parts. But he promised me this. It'll be a quick trip.
Too bad to really be out here.
Home Depot remained open, but in Clio, Twins Pizza shut its doors at 5 tonight.
For a normal 20-minute drive, it's taking twice that much.
Rob Morissette delivers pies for Twins and says the owner made the call because of the deteriorating conditions.
We just thought it would be best for our safety, sacrificing the food and the driver's safety.
But as some businesses called it quits early and others told me they just didn't want to be out. We did see plenty of plows starting the grueling process of clearing this mess. Tom Ayotte works for Chippewa Asphalt and says most of the work will have to wait until the snow stops.
Yeah, we'll be back, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. We'll hit it again after it quits.
And if you don't have to be out, tonight is definitely a good night to call it quits.
I'm going to make a quick exit to get it done, and that's it.
Let me update you on the plowing plan here in Genesee County. Tonight they have the night crew on. They're going to hit the interstates as well as some of the major roads. And then at 4:30, all hands will be on deck. Snow emergency in Genesee County through 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Live in Burton, Andrew Keller, WNEM TV5.
All right, Drew, thank you for that. And one thing, the snow didn't stop the annual Ruby Awards. They went on as scheduled at Apple Mountain in Freeland. The awards go to up-and-coming professionals under the age of 40. Tonight, 10 recipients were chosen from 95 nominations.
It's unique in that way, and what we really want to show is that there really is a place for young people in the region to be successful, kind of reach out, meet their dreams,
TV5 is a proud sponsor of the awards, and before we move on, be sure to tune in to a special edition of Wake Up. Meteorologist Daphne DeLorme will have your snow totals and forecast beginning at 4:30. Hillary Clinton has reason to cheer tonight. The Democratic frontrunner was the big winner in several primaries. And Donald Trump also did very well on this, the biggest night so far in the race to the White House.
That's right, and there are primaries or caucuses in 12 states and American Samoa. Voters are choosing nearly half the delegates needed for the Republican nomination and more than a third needed on the Democratic side.
At this hour, Clinton is the winner or projected winner in 6 states, including her home state of Arkansas, where she served as First Lady.
And Trump, well, is the projected winner. He took 6 states, adding to his big victories in the South Carolina and New Hampshire primaries.
Republican rival Ted Cruz nabbed the biggest prize of the night, his home state of Texas. He's also projected to win Oklahoma.
And a couple of victories for Bernie Sanders. He won his home state of Vermont and is projected to win Oklahoma.
And we'll have more results as they come into the continuous news center and on Wake Up starting at 4:30.
And guess what? We have a caught on camera moment you do not want to miss.
Yeah, stick around to see what's about to fall out of that van. That's next.
And a look at our first Warn 5 Sky Tracker. Mid-Michigan taking one on the chin tonight. Your full forecast coming up.
And we're taking a moment to remember our friend Sam, who we said goodbye to today.
The pastor at his church spoke about how easily Sam endeared himself to viewers.
Countless people came to respect and trust Sam to bring them the truth in a way that they could understand and in a manner that said that he was one of them.
And that ability to relate allowed Sam to delve into a sensitive subject.
Let's talk about this driving while black issue. Let's talk about some of the inequities that we have in law enforcement.
And he is part of a group that meets in virtual secrecy, formed after a controversial shooting and working to mend fences between law enforcement and citizens.
And members gave Sam an inside and exclusive look at their group. Watch his final I-Team report tomorrow night at 6. A couple of caught-on-camera moments for you.
One of them will leave you shocked. We start in Scotland, where a bright blue object flashed across the nighttime sky. You see it right there. It may have been a low-altitude meteor. Residents say it caused a loud boom.
And to China now, where a 2-year-old boy fell out of a moving van. The boy was quickly rescued by the driver behind him. The driver of the van returned to the intersection when he realized the boy was gone, and the two were reunited.
And he suffered from addiction to online porn, but says a local company helped him kick the habit. Our RE team report next. But first, here's Brian.
Colette, thank you. The snow set to gradually wind down in our winter storm headlines overnight, but the snowfall totals, when all is said and done, really have not changed overall. 10 to 12 inches for Saginaw, Bay City, and the Thumb. Closer to Mount Pleasant and Flint, 7 to 10. Full breakdown coming up next.
Well, porn is easy to come by when you go online, and for some people, it leads to addiction.
But a local company says it can help break that addiction. It has software to track your digital life and show your loved ones what you're doing online. Here's Rachel McCrary's iTeam report.
My actions had consequences beyond just me. That what I did online impacted the lives of the people around me.
Patrick Smith says online pornography was destroying his life for years, giving in to online temptations almost every single day.
I mean, I was genuinely overcome by addiction to internet pornography. The most insidious part of it, really, though, was that I knew better.
When his family found out, he says his online obsession blew in like a fierce winter storm, and he was faced with losing everything.
At the time, thankfully, I had a mentor who said, you need accountability in this area of your life. This is an area of your life that you have sort of cordoned off and kept secret from the people that you love the most.
Smith told the iTeam in his search for help, he found a company called Covenant Eyes based in Owasso. The company installs software on your digital devices to monitor your online activity. If you visit a porn site, it sends an alert to your loved ones. For Smith and his wife, it wasn't as much about restricting him, but more importantly, about having total transparency in their relationship.
That weekly report serves as a reminder to have good, meaningful conversations about what healthy habits and unhealthy habits are.
And the service costs around $14 a month, a small price to pay according to Dan Armstrong with Covenant Eyes. He says the company also offers a system that can limit your time on the internet or block inappropriate content completely. Armstrong says, unlike other filters, once purchased, the Covenant Eyes filter can't easily be removed.
If you try to disable it, there's a technology that will show your accountability partner this person is trying to disable it, trying to turn it off.
Kelsey Rose helps with tech issues at the company. She says Covenant Eyes serves a growing number of people. Rose says right now over 200,000 people across the globe.
From users, people who have gotten the software because of, internet temptation, or even parents, having the software on the computers or the phones, the devices, is incredibly helpful, knowing somebody is seeing all of your internet activity.
Smith says he's in recovery from his online porn addiction, and he recently joined the team here at Covenant Eyes. His new passion, helping others with their online dependencies. He says he will never remove the software security.
It is something that I will absolutely, I will always have internet accountability software on my devices, simply as a safeguard.
With this iTeam report, Rachel McCrary, WNEM TV5 News.
Certified most accurate by Weather Rate. Now your First Warn 5 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Brian Bachman.
Alrighty, good Tuesday evening, everyone. Our winter storm on its last legs at this point. Some of us still seeing a little bit of light snow, but really nothing on the order of certainly what we were seeing earlier today. The heaviest and steadiest snow winding down as we speak. We're going to keep some of that blowing snow in the equation just because the winds will remain gusty overnight, but much quieter day ahead, thankfully, on our Wednesday. let's show you where the snow continues to fall. First Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar tonight, live from MBS in 3D. Mostly just light snow. In fact, some of it becoming a bit on the scattered side. As we look toward the northern half of the area first along M55, Houghton Lake, a couple of dry pockets working into an otherwise, kind of very light and fine powdery snow falling across Houghton Lake to West Branch, Harrisville as well. You probably actually have some of the heavier snow as you can see some of those brighter echoes around Harrisville. But then it becomes very broken as you head toward the Gladwin and Clare areas tonight, and as we pan a little bit farther south. In fact, looks like closer to the Tri-Cities, a lot of the activity fizzling out as dry air begins to work in on the backside of this system. So aside from maybe a few lingering flurries, again, especially from about the Tri-Cities westward along 75 as well and back toward the Owasso area tonight, things getting quieter. But one band of note, you can see these brighter white echoes here extending from about western Huron County through Caro and then down through Vassar toward Lapeer and Grand Blanc. That's the really last burst of the heavier snow. That will continue to press eastward over about the next, I would say, hour to hour and a half, exiting out into Lake Huron probably around 1 o'clock in the morning. And by all accounts, we should be pretty much done with this storm system by then. Back outside we go. Let's go to the Saginaw area first. Live feed coming in from Nick Lilly, our road warrior tonight. 23 degrees in the Saginaw area with a temperature, wind chill value, that is, of 7 degrees. Check out the wind, still blowing pretty hard at out of the northwest at 25 miles per hour, gusting to 31 at times. That's going to, of course, kick up that fine powdery snow and continue to push it back across the previously cleared roadways. 22 with a little bit of that lighter snow falling around Bay City, but visibility vastly improved from where we were just a few hours ago. Last but not least, we go to Midland over Dow Diamond. Normally this picture would be pitch dark, but thanks to the bright snow cover on the ground, you can see that over Dow Diamond, but visibility also vastly improved. Just a little bit of a shake in the camera thanks to those winds. Recapping some other snowfall totals coming in, Davison and Mount Pleasant both at a tie at about 6 inches at last check. These likely to still go up since these reports are about an hour or so old at this point. 5.5 in the Augray and Fenton areas. Higgins Lake at 5 inches of snow farther to the north, and a couple of other totals trickling in the last few minutes. Marlette up to 9.3 inches, and Lakefield in Saginaw County at 8 inches of snow evenly. And of course, we showed you some of those foot-plus totals in a couple of localized areas as well. And some of our TV5 weather spotters checking into the Bugs in Harbor Beach coming in with about 8 inches of snow and 22 degrees closer to Lake Huron tonight. 19, though, as we head to the Sterling area. Don Krosleski at 5.5 inches of snow, 10.5, though. Big, heavier total there from Tony Seafeld in Essexville at 21 degrees. Mostly in the 20s at this point. Wind still blowing at about 10 to 20 miles per hour tonight. Visibility is ranging from about a mile to 2.5 miles. So again, that's also an improvement, but the wind chill value is in the single digits tonight. On your First Warn 5 Sky Tracker, you can see the storm departing. Continues to do so overnight on your First Warn 5 hour-by-hour forecast, leaving us with a mostly dry day tomorrow. Our next chance of snow showers not coming in until sometime on Thursday, and I'm sure I can't get past the hour-by-hour there. We'll go back to the snowfall totals here real quick again. No real change. Expect that 10 to 12 zone across the thumb. 7 to 10 I-69 areas farther north. 4 to 7 inches. 15 overnight low for tonight. Milder weather, though, ahead after we get through a few more chances for snow showers on Thursday and Saturday. David and Colette, back to you.
All right, Brian, thank you. A quick Super Tuesday note before we move on to sports. Republican Marco Rubio has won the Minnesota caucus, and Democrat Bernie Sanders won the Colorado caucus.
And now we remember Sam with some words by Bishop Sistone talking about public figures and the many people they meet.
We will not know their names. We may never have shaken their hand. They trust us. They admire us. They hang on our words. And I believe that there are so many people who place that trust in Sam. Each and every time they tuned in to watch the news, they felt that Sam was a part of their family.
A Louisiana woman surviving a hit from a tornado.
Yeah, Kyra Johnson had wrapped up her FedEx deliveries when the storm hit this weekend. She found herself trapped outside a hardware store that had locked up with employees safely inside. And with no place to go, she braced herself next to a Coke machine.
Seconds later, the storm hit with explosive force. It mangled the store and knocked over that Coke machine. So how did Johnson survive?
God. There's no explaining that, God, because after I seen the video, I didn't know what it really looked like.
And get this, the store's employees were not injured.
Oh my
Good. Wow.
Lucky, lucky.
Yeah. Quick recap of the next 7 days. The snow ending overnight, but watch out for a little bit more blowing snow possibly tomorrow. A little sun, too. Cold through the end of the week. Big warm-up next week.
Oh, yeah. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. And be sure to tune in to Wake Up tomorrow earlier than normal at 4:30 for traffic conditions and snow totals.
Have a terrific night.